Alright guys, so welcome back to my channel. I want to go ahead and show you guys my brow routine. I had gotten a comment last week. I'm not sure which video it was, but somebody was like, how do you do your brows? And I was like, you know what? I want to kind of do a video on how I do my brows, but more so how I do my brows really fast and just fluffy and hair-like as well, because I know everyone likes, different brow shapes. So it's not really about how I do my brows and shaping and all of that, but more so how fast I do it and the products I use as well. Because when it comes to brows, y'all, I don't know, I get stressed out because I'm just like, we're going to be here for a long time. But ever since I tried out this new routine, it is so fast and easy. And I want to go ahead and share with you guys. So with that being said, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into a video. So let's get into these brows, you guys. All right. So first and first, when it comes to my brows, I make sure I do it on bare skin. Okay. Just because some people I know do it after their foundation routine and all of that. I find that for me, because I have oily skin, it needs to be on matte, dry skin. All right. That means my brows will last a little bit longer throughout the day and all that good stuff. And that's just the goal that we're going for. And trust me, I have done the brows after foundation method before. And I noticed by the end of the day, my brows are kind of coming off, or they're not looking as matte and they're super shiny, and I just don't like that look, for me at least. But with this, I see that it lasts a little bit longer and it's matte and just, good for the rest of the day. So what I do first is I prime my brows, and you can use any primer that you like, but the one that I've been using is the One Size Secure the Blur primer, just because it really keeps the area matte and not dewy or oily throughout the day. So I really do like this primer. So I went ahead and set this side first. Now, after that, because I do have oily skin, I always make sure I go in and set it with some powder. All right. Powder is key, you guys, to keeping that area very matte and just, I keep trying to say dry, but it keeps it very matte and dry throughout the day. So what I use is a Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. You can honestly use any loose powder. It doesn't matter. But with this one, I noticed that it keeps my brows a little bit more matte than a lot of the other powders I've tried. So then once I set that area, what I'm going to do is brush out my brows with a spoolie, because I kind of want to see the shape of the brows and what I'm working with. Okay, so I kind of get everything into formation, if that's what I want to call it. And so this is my brows right here. And I will say my brows have come a long way, y'all, because back in the day, okay, I was struggling, but now I will say it's a little bit more full. All right, so now the next step, you guys, that I recently discovered for about the last month actually, is going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow. What did it call this? Dipbrow gel. And I have the shade dark brown. This is such a key in my routine, you guys, because I noticed with this, if I go in with this first before I go in and fill my brows, it makes my routine so much faster and easier. All right. When I first tried this out, I was like, I think I stumbled across something. All right. And I'm probably not the first one to come up with this method, but this is just what I have found for my brows recently, and I love it. So all I do is I go ahead and get some product. The only thing about this I will say is most of the product kind of stays in the front end of the spoolie. As y'all can see, it doesn't really go throughout the body of it, but just more so the tip. So I kind of have to work a little bit with this one. But I will say at the same time, a lot of products I have tried like this one all have the same issue. So it's just not this one itself, it's all of them. So yeah, so kind of what I do is I get some product and I just brush it throughout my brows. All right, because when it comes to my brows, I used to just use the pencil, and it will just take so long, and I'm just sitting there for 30 minutes, sometimes even 40 minutes doing my brows, and I don't have that time anymore. All right, I'm trying to be done with this part of my makeup routine as fast as possible. So I'm just going in and brushing some product and kind of just working with it. Okay, so it may look a little bit crazy at first, but just trust the process. And then what I do after is I grab a spoolie and brush the product a little bit better throughout the brows. And y'all can see how much it's already filled in without me actually using my spoolie just yet. So I'm just gonna keep brushing till I like the way the formula is distributed. So y'all can see we have most of the brows filled in, and that probably took a minute, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is go with my Morphe micro brow pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse. And what I do is I fill in the areas that I couldn't get with the Dipbrow gel, and it's really simple, you guys. So I'm just going into the areas that need a little bit more product, which is typically the tail of my brows. And I'm just filling that in, you guys. Like, it's really, really simple. And then also to make your brows look very hair-like, I do the upward motion. So I go up like this to make it look like it's my actual brows. And it also gives it like that feathered look as well, I will say. Now that was super quick and easy, but the next step that I do that I feel like a lot of people don't do is when it comes to cleaning up their brows, a lot of people use a lot of concealer. So with me, I don't actually do that. What I use is, you know, a brush, and typically when it comes to applying my foundation, I take like a small brush like this to dot it all over my face. But at the same time, there is a little bit of foundation left, like not much, you guys, like there's nothing really on there, but there's still a little bit. So what I do is I take the brush and just kind of clean it up using the leftover foundation on there. And it always works for me. Like, I know some people have to use a lot of concealer, but for me, I just need minimal cleanup. Because technically for my brows, at least, I love like that bushy look. So it doesn't need to be perfect. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax, which is one of my favorites, if not my favorite when it comes to setting my brows, you guys. But this is really good for like giving you that fluffy brow look, but then also having your hairs hold up throughout the day as well. It's just really good, you guys, and it's not crunchy as well. So I'm going to take a spoolie and just lightly tap into this. Like, I don't really need a lot of product, a little bit goes a long way. And we're just gonna brush this through, and y'all can kind of see what it looks like once you brush it through, but it just gives you a very fluffy look to your brows. So you guys, that was my brow routine, and I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. But every single time, you guys, I will say my brows come out really, really good, because y'all, back in the day when I used to watch my old videos, I was just like, why did no one tell me my brows look like bricks and like Sharpie? You know, it looks so bad, but I feel like now it looks a little bit better, and it just works every single time. So if you do try this routine out, let me know down below. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.